So we're hanging out with the manga club in their cozy little club room, right? Everything's chill. They're probably talking about the latest manga releases or something. Then bam, out of nowhere, they get hit with this bombshell. They haven't qualified for full club status in 3 whole years. Can you believe it? 3 years. Poor Okumura, club president, he's standing there with his jaw on the floor. He had absolutely no clue this was going on. Talk about being out of the loop, right? And it gets worse. The school's planning to give their precious club room to another group. You should have seen their faces when they heard that. So now they're all running around like headless chickens, freaking out about what to do with all their stuff. We're talking shelves packed with manga, figurines, probably some body pillows, the usual otaku stash. One of them even suggests donating their books to the school library. Can you imagine the librarian's face if they showed up with a stack of hentai manga? Priceless. But hold up, because here comes Ririsa to save the day. She's all fired up, spouting lines like she's in some shonen anime. When the going gets tough otaku get going. It's cheesy as heck. You gotta love her spirit. She manages to light a fire under Okumura, and he's like, yeah, let's do this. Suddenly, they're on a mission to save their club room. First stop, the student council office. That's where they get the lowdown on what they need to do. Turns out, if they want to keep their room, they've got to jump through some hoops. They need to write up this report on their club activities and find an active advisor. Sounds simple enough, right? Huh? If only. So Okumura takes this list of current club advisors and goes on a teacher hunting spree. He's running all over the school, trying to convince anyone with a pulse to be their advisor. But man, is he striking out. One teacher's already juggling like 5 other clubs. Another's got a new baby at home and starts showing off pictures instead of listening. They're all coming up with excuses left and right. Poor guy can't catch a break. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, in walks Hanu Sensei, the new home ec teacher. Okumura's eyes light up like he's seen the last piece of meat at a barbecue. But nope, Hanu Sensei's not having it. He's all, sorry kid. I'm new here, can't take on extra responsibilities. But wait, plot twist. Okumura takes one look at Hanu Sensei and recognizes her as Milky Succubus, this famous cosplayer also known as Mayura-sama. Talk about your secret identities. Now, Hanu Sensei goes into full panic mode. She's looking at Okumura like he's just announced he's going to plaster her cosplay photos all over the school. She even threatens the poor guy. But our boy Okumura, he's got nerves of steel. He stands his ground and spills the beans about their club's cosplay focus and how much it means to Ririsa. And wouldn't you know it, this hits Hanu Sensei right in the feels. Turns out, she used to be a big shot in the cosplay world, but she gave it all up to become a teacher, ghosting all her cosplay buddies in the process. Now she's carrying around this massive guilt, thinking she betrayed the whole cosplay community. So what does our man Okumura do? He brings Hanu Sensei to the club room to meet Ririsa. And get this, Ririsa's in full cosplay mode, decked out as Lilysa from her favorite series. You should have seen Hanu Sensei's face. It's like watching a recovering chocoholic in a candy store. She couldn't help herself, started critiquing Ririsa's costume and praising her work like a pro.
Hey there, fellow. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I wanted to take a quick moment to ask you what you think of this video so far. If you're liking it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, now's the perfect time to do it. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date on all my latest videos and updates, and you'll get to see even more awesome content. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, thanks for watching.
Best part? Ririsa has no clue who Hanu Sensei really is. She starts gushing about how much she admires Mayura-sama, talking about how her work inspired Ririsa's own love for cosplay. If you could have seen Hanu Sensei trying to keep it together. She was more flustered than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. After a lot of back and forth, and some clever blackmail involving an old cosplay DVD, it's a long story, trust me, Hanu Sensei finally caves and agrees to be their advisor. But she warns them they're not out of the woods yet. They still need to pass this report review to keep their club room. So Okumura and Ririsa put their heads together. They decide to make their own manga for the report. Ririsa's bouncing off the walls, wanting to do a story about Lilysa. They're working away on this project when Hanu Sensei chimes in with some advice. Boy, does she know her stuff about the doujinshi world. She's dropping knowledge like she never left the scene. But Hanu Sensei's worried the manga project might not be enough to save their bacon. So she comes up with this brilliant idea for them to volunteer at an after-school program, reading to kids. Their first try? Total disaster. Kids are bouncing off the walls, not listening to a word they're saying. It's like trying to herd cats, but louder. But then Ririsa has this stroke of genius. The next day, she shows up in full Lilysa cosplay. You should have seen those kids. They went from rowdy to mesmerized, faster than you can say magical girl transformation. Ririsa's reading them this epic tale about Lord Ashford and Lilysa, and these kids are eating it up like it's the best thing since sliced bread. It's a huge hit. They get some great pics for their club report and everything. Now, while all this is going down, Hanu Sensei's having a bit of an existential crisis. Late one night, she's chatting with her old friend Eri. Turns out, Hanu Sensei's really struggling with giving up cosplay. She still loves it more than a otaku loves their waifu, but she feels like she can't do it anymore now that she's a respectable teacher. It's tearing her up inside worse than a poorly made cosplay outfit. So here we are at the end of the episode. Okumura and Ririsa have their report all ready to go. They're about to hand it in, feeling pretty good about their chances. But suddenly, Hanu Sensei swoops in like a cosplaying superhero and stops them dead in their tracks. She's got this look in her eye, like she's about to drop the mother of all plot twists. And then she says it. We're not submitting this report. And that's where they leave us hanging. What's Hanu Sensei got up her sleeve? Is she gonna help them come up with an even better plan? Is she gonna reveal her true identity and make a grand return to the cosplay world? Or is she gonna pull some crazy stunt that'll either save the club or get them all expelled? We're left on the edge of our seats, dying to know what happens next. This episode was packed tighter than a cosplayer's suitcase before a con. We've got club drama, secret identities, blackmail, volunteer work, and enough cosplay talk to make your head spin. These manga club kids are really something else, aren't they? And Hanu Sensei? Well, let's just say there's definitely more to her story than meets the eye. Whatever happens next, you can bet it's going to be wilder than a weekend at an anime convention.